The NIO EL8, finally now available in the Middle East, in the UAE, and we've got the EL8, which is the Mac Daddy, the most premium model to check out. Let's start off with the front. X-bar front grille, you can see it overall. You've got smart matrix LED headlights over here. You've got LED DRLs as well. They look really, really nice. Front end parking sensor galore, the NIO badging, and on top you've got LiDAR in the middle as well as some other sensors. On the side you've got some more sensors. This thing has got 32 sensors throughout the car, tracking pretty much everything to give you the most optimal, driving experience, safety features, you name it. If we follow on to the side, this spec has actually got 22-inch rims. It comes in 21 or 22-inch rims. You can option the colored brake calipers, but they are 6-piston Brembos. This thing stops on a dime, obviously drilled and slotted as well, so great for heat dissipation, cooling, all of that. Shocks are air suspension, and it's apparently double bag, double pillow, which is meant to be more premium, give you a smoother ride. And I can say the ride is very smooth. We'll get to that portion in a bit. Side, obviously another camera here, another camera here, the camera on top. Design obviously super sleek, overall styling. Let me just stand back so you get a really, really nice shape overall. Gorgeous. And I like the A pillar, B pillar, C, D pillar is all in black. So again, a little bit heavier tinting. It's going to give you that two-tone styling, or if you went with the white and black. This is a gorgeous looking green. It's not green, it's not gray, it's not racing green. It's just a really, really nice green. Obviously, it's a bit overcast at the moment, so it's not really popping as much, but gorgeous in that aspect. Obviously, being EV, you want to consider, efficiencies with driving, coefficiency. This thing has got a 0.25 coefficient drag, which is super sleek. So the door handles are obviously integrated. Following on to the rear, let's have a look here. Now I have left, yes, the tow ball. So you can fit this with an optional tow ball package. I think it can pull about 1,000 kilograms. Information will be on the screen here. Love the sleek wraparound LED tail light. Obviously another camera and another camera on top as well. All the sensors you can possibly think of. But it just looks gorgeous, literally from any angle. There's no angle that I can say like, not that great. I love the styling. It looks really sleek. But let's check out the rear end first. Obviously, power lift tailgate. One push. Opens up. I have a subwoofer and a center speaker in here. Give you an idea of size. And over here, you've got your controls. So if you want to lower the car's height, you can do that as well. Airbags just deflated to lower the height. Then you can say, okay, I want to drop the front right seat. Drops the front right seat. Drop the front left seat. And now you've got considerably more storage space in the back. Under here is your charging cable. You've got the subwoofer here on this side, some tie down points here as well. Another little baggage. You want to hold a bag, so right here, hold a bag. Max weight 5 kgs plus a 12-volt cigarette outlet as well. Little storage cubby here. And then this is a 6-seater, so 2, 2, 2. In the back, you've got a cup holder. You can actually adjust the seat for the rear. You've got the rear AC vent as well. Type C, Type C, Type C, Type C. So no issues in that regard. And the Alcantara or micro suede actually, runs all the way to the back, and it's I just can't go wrong with micro suede. It just looks gorgeous. Let's put the seats back up because we're gonna see what it's like once you jump in the back. Also a nice little LED light here as well, just to light up if you're loading stuff into the back. So seats is up, one push, close the back door. Gorgeous. Soft close, I didn't mention. Now, here's the door handles. So it has a little mark here to designate like where on the door handle that you need to push, because if you push here, it doesn't work. You need to push here. I know from a design standpoint, it probably wouldn't look the greatest, but like a little indent as such, because it's sensitive. You don't have to push hard. Just literally touch it, but it's got to be touched exactly in the right spot. So I would prefer a little indent, a little notification as such. But stepping into the rear, obviously the material is all sustainably sourced. This looks like uber premium leather, but it is actually a vegan leather. This is rattan. You've got ambient lighting that runs also down here. Your window button, nice little rubber lined pocket, and obviously just a little button, as well as your speaker and another speaker. Stepping inside, first of all, plenty of space. Let me just switch to 0.5. Plenty of space. The doors open nice and large. Hear that beep? That was the cross traffic alert. Obviously the car just went past now. Softly close the door. Nice place to be in with this captain seat styling. Overall, really gorgeous materials, like all the materials everywhere. Micro suede, soft door handles. Look at that for the little puddle light. Got a little microphone here. This will be probably for Nomi, which we'll get to. But yeah, the seats, really nice. You've got this screen here. Tap to unlock. You've got your climate control. We can adjust that. Then we can go to your seats. They're heated, they're ventilated. They're also massaging as well. Different modes. You can ventilate just the back. Let's just show you here. Ventilate. You can split. You can do it also on the back as well. See, split. Really cool in that that aspect. And the UI is just like clean, sleek, looks gorgeous. You've got heating, massage. You've got different modes for your massaging seats: rolling, cat, dynamic, lower back, upper back, hot stone massage. Crazy amount of functionality here. Obviously your climate control, and then you can swipe. We can say the sunshade is currently closed. Let's open the sunshade, get a little bit more light in here. Your music, just that. Your seats, if you want to fold the front passenger seat, you can do that from here. I'm going to tap to stop, reset. Like even the motors, like everything is just really premium overall. And then the piece de la résistance, as they say, is this executive console. So I'm not sure in this region, but in other markets you can either option it with or without this. Now it's optioned with this in this current vehicle. You literally just push this button here, for example, and that electronically slides out. Really cool. Then you've got a little cup holder, and you're like, okay, what's this all about? 50-watt Qi charger. Literally slide your phone in, charge, happy days. Oh, you can do it on the other side as well. And I didn't even realize you can put your phone sideways and it will also charge as well. So just 3 different ways that you can charge your phone. Like super, super cool in that aspect. And that's not the best bit. Best bit is if we head over to the screen, you can see here, open fridge. Boom! So you have a fridge in here, can hold a couple of drinks. It is 0 degrees. It's really, really quite cold. But the thing that you can do with the fridge is, so you can set it on 0 degrees, or you can actually heat up to 50 degrees Celsius. So if you've got, you know, a sandwich or something that you want to heat up, slap it in there. It's going to heat up your sandwich. I've never seen that before on any other vehicle. I think that is just super, super cool. You've got AC vents here, which you can also go in. Let's adjust them as well. Air vents. You can set it manually. You can adjust them here. You can adjust the air vents on the side as well. That's right. Look at these. These are actually air vents. Like, I've never seen anything like that. Really premium, beautifully integrated. And then you just literally can control them right here. Set your air vents. You can also sweep if you want. So it will just waft nice cool air gently across your passenger. Massive panoramic sunroof. Gorgeous in that aspect. And then we'll get to know me later. But I just wanted to show you guys, considering this is a 6-seater, how is it in the back? So let's just step out for a second. So you've got your controls here, just for the seats, back, forward. You can one push, massage. It's gonna start, you can see it here moving. Looks fine. And one push, it's now going to recline. So front seat is moving out of the way. The back is now tilting backwards. The footrest is now coming out. Like, just gorgeous. Premium, really high tech. So very cool in that aspect. But let's show you what it's like in the third row. One touch, literally button right here. Push the button, chair comes forward, and let's step into the rear. Okay, let's push the button, seat's gonna come back. And yeah, not bad. Like, my knees are not touching. You have the control here. Like, how intelligent is that? Literally, the rear, it detected, okay, rear occupant is now sat in the car, climate control turned on. You've got the AC events, which is adjustable here, and like, fantastic. You can also recline the seat here in the back or make it more upright. Then you've got your Type-C, little cup holder. And like I say, it's super premium even if you're in the third row. You've also got another speaker here, another speaker. As I mentioned, you're looking at a 23 speaker, 7.1.4 sound system, surround sound system with 2,230 watts. So like, ballistic. It sounds exceptionally great. Jump into the front. Again, obviously in the front, this is your door handle for window controls, speaker, other speaker. Like I say, the materials is just beautiful. Beautiful. Like, I can't get over how premium the materials feel overall. Stepping into the cabin. Soft close. Really nice place to be. Another speaker up here. So great visibility. Love the overall design. You have the NIO classic steering wheel, obviously NIO emblem. This is for your safety features, just to make sure you're paying attention as such. This is what it looks like overall. Again, like uber premium in the front. Your seats is like 20-way adjustable. The rear seats, I think, is like 22-way adjustable. Obviously, massaging, ventilating. Let me show you that seats wise. So you go in, click here, ventilated seats, split. You can split it from the back or from the bottom, and it works. Like, you can seriously feel the air coming out of the ventilated seats, which is great in that aspect. Then let's start with instrument cluster. So instrument cluster, this is a 10.2-inch display. Then you've got your infotainment, which is a 12.8-inch AMOLED, like super clear. That was one thing I noticed, like the level of detail with the screen is just really clear, super sharp, really nice. You may notice if you see some weird lines, that's literally just the refresh rate between the camera and the screen. It looks gorgeous. Speaking of that, from a layout standpoint, just to go into a little bit of detail, there is just literally too many features to go into. You've got NOMI, you've got all your settings and everything that you can possibly think of. Driver position, windows, lights. It's got ambient lighting, but then it can be themed so that the theme will change automatically according to the current time. So you have different scenarios, just like ridiculous, infinite. There's no 64, 128, infinite color adjustment that's there. You've got all your battery details. I'll cover that in the drive portion. Your parking, camp mode, pet mode. It'll put that on screen to say that you've got a pet in the car, don't worry. Camping mode, let's see details on that as well. Ridiculous amount of options. Obviously, being air ride, you can adjust the ride height as well. 10 different driving modes as well. All your special additional modes, like ridiculous in that aspect, but clean, super fast, literally really good in that regard. If we click here, you've got your AC. You can also sweep, manually adjust your AC vent as well. Really nice. And then you come on to NOMI. So NOMI is your AI assistant, and she can help you with your usual things where people will say, "Hey NOMI, open the window."
Okay.
And she opens the window. But here's where NOMI stands out like no other car assistant that there is. "Hey NOMI, close the window."
Okay.
So she closes the window. Here's where it gets really interesting, folks. "Hey NOMI, open the window a smidge."
I've lowered the car windows to minimum for you.
See? Like, that is super. So your, just general language is being used, and the understanding is there. So you can just think of, the potential use cases in the future. It's really cool, especially given that, NOMI's got all these little emojis that she can do. There's like, I think 500 some odd different emojis. If let's say we go into the drive modes, you can see NOMI will change face if we go into, say, sport, which is like super cool. That's something that, I haven't seen the level of detail with any other brands on the market, and I really like that. And it's also a case that, like, someone else gets into the car, she automatically assumes that when you're saying open the window, it's for your window, not the driver's window, not the passenger window, your window. And NOMI is actually voice activated from all the seats. Literally all 6 seats can control or interact with NOMI, which is really nice. If we follow on down to the center console, I push the different, drive mode select. which you can adjust on the screen. This is all sort of like your quick access per se. I'm using it on custom from a drive mode standpoint, but we'll come back to that. And then you've got your hazard button here. This is your lock button, so if you look in the side view mirror, you can see the door handles come out, door handles retract. Only weird thing, personally, is when it's green, I assume or associate it with being unlocked, but that actually means that it is locked. If you push the button, that's unlocked. You can see the door handles come out. So I'd like that to be red, because then red means no and green means yes, or the other way, you know, other way around. Nice, super simplistic gear selector. Here on the side, you've got the P button for park. Put your foot on the brake, reverse. Obviously, 360 camera. One of the super cool things with the camera, let me just show you. So if I go into drive and I move forward, you can see here there is a car in front of me. Let me just move up to the car. Camera detail, picture quality, fantastic, really, really cool in that regard. And now the front parking sensors will start beeping when I get too close. But look at that. It actually gives you a measurement distance. So rather than you trying to judge, you know, like, how close is that? I'm not sure. Well, it's 64 centimeters. So you instantaneously can like easily read, and it goes down to about 20 centimeters, if I'm not mistaken, in the front, before it's 25 centimeters is your thing. So let's just reverse so that you no longer have to hear beeping. But yeah, camera detail, really good. You've got obviously parking assistant, all of that, but back to the center console. So wireless Qi charger here. You have two cup holders, which this drops down out of the way. Same with the other one. Then you've got the center console. You can open it from this side. Decent amount of space in there. Also got an additional Type-C at the additional Type-C here at the bottom. It's illuminated, like those little attention to detail aspects, like just really nice. And if your passenger wants to open it, they can also open it as well, which is really cool. One weird thing that you might notice is there is no glove box. It has a footrest. Why does it have a footrest? If you head on over to here and you click on the car, you go to position adjustment, front passenger, and you say zero gravity. The seat now reclines and footrest comes up, and look at that. How freaking awesome. Like, you can, that's business class, that's first class, that's just amazeballs. Overall sound system, materials, everything is just gorgeous. Nomi, fantastic in that aspect. Climate control, like I say, ventilated seats, front and rear, and the third row even has heated seats as well. So look at how that looks. And you have 5-zone climate control as well. So just, yeah, like I say, really, really amazing experience interior wise overall. But I think let's get on to the drive portion and go from there. So onto the driving portion of the NIO EL8. First impressions, obviously you've got your different drive modes. I've currently got it in custom. So I have regen braking, the most aggressive, and nice little sort of feature. Rather than saying sport, sports plus, comfort, what is all of that? You literally choose how quick you can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. So you want 4.1 seconds all the way up to 12.9 seconds. I've got it in the middle. I'm enjoying it. I don't need the most amount of performance per se. Then you've got your ride height. Obviously this has air suspension. I'm in normal mode, standard. You can put it in low mode as well. Super smooth, really nice overall drive. Steering is nice and light. Unfortunately, it doesn't have full one pedal driving. I don't know whether it's a certain brand in the market that we all know for EVs and how they have literally full one pedal driving, but I'll give you a perfect example. My foot's on the gas. As I come up to this traffic lights, I'm going to take my foot completely off. It's off. Nothing on the pedals. Now it slows down, but it'll slow down to just 7 kilometers per hour. It won't actually come to a complete stop, unfortunately. I'd love that to come in an update to say you want full one pedal driving, because then you don't really need the brake pedal. Speaking of the brakes, holy cow, the brakes are fantastic. Like I say, I mentioned Brembo 6 pots in the front. This is not a light car by any stretch of the imagination. It's an SUV. You're not really driving it spiritedly as such, but if you do, it definitely has copious amounts of stopping power in that regard. So folks, we're coming to the famous testing strip in JVC to see how the suspension does. I'm currently in, like I mentioned, comfort, softest suspension mode, and not so bad. There's a couple of manhole covers. Yes, it's there. Suspension recovers super well. Doesn't jolt or jostle the car or anything like that. That, you know, it's not compliant. Really compliant in that aspect. Speed bump. Go a little bit faster over it. Nice and smooth. And then here is the ultimate test of how good is your suspension. So nice pothole, just soaks it up. Really luxurious. This one is the worst one. A little bit of noise, but like really good. Really good. I'm just gonna go around this one a little bit. But yeah, suspension wise, fantastic. This double pillow, double bag suspension, really smooth, really soft in that aspect. And you can obviously go to your drive modes and then say, okay, I want to go to Sports Plus. Then your throttle response gets obviously a bit more aggressive. The suspension is going to be firmer. Nice little camera pop-up so you can see how close you are to the curb, blind spots. From a safety standpoint, this has got Aquila. It's got 33 different sensors that's going to be measuring LiDAR, ultrasonic, high definition cameras, you name it, everything and anything you can possibly think of. I think it's the most tech heavy vehicle that I've ever been in, and it's the potential for utilizing that hardware with software down the road is just endless, let's say. But performance wise, if I just literally little stab of throttle and it's up there. It's raring to go. I'm gonna put my foot down and whoa! Gotta love EVs and their instantaneous torque, right? So definitely got plenty of performance when it comes to go, and the Brembos is there for stop. So let's get back to the performance side of things. You've got two motors. This is obviously all-wheel drive. You've got a motor on the front axle, which is 150 kilowatts. And you've got another motor on the back axle, which is 300 kilowatts. And that's what gives it its, performance at the end of the day. 653 horsepower, 850 Newton meters of torque. And that's what gets it to go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4.1 seconds. Nice little feature that I found is that if you hold the two outer buttons on the D-pad, you get that sound cue, you get a little visualization on your instrument cluster. I think even Nomi gets a little bit excited. And now you're in the top performance mode and you literally stab the throttle like, I want to change lane there. Just instantaneous torque, as I mentioned. Fantastic in that aspect. It's got autonomous driving per se, not fully autonomous, but one button, pilot activated. I've set the speed. On this side of the left side of your D-pad is where you adjust the speed. I'm going to set it at 100 kilometers an hour. If you hold it down, it'll do 5 kilometer increments. You can actually adjust that. You can say either when you tap it does 5, and if you hold it, it'll do 1. Nice little like attention to detail aspects that I really quite like. And then on this, your left and right of the D-pad is to adjust how much distance you want to keep from the car in front of you. Now, it should also apparently do automatic lane change as well, which let's give that a go. So no, there's a car approaching. It shows me on the instrument cluster. I'm going to put it, and there we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So it did an excellent job in that regard of, it didn't slam on the brakes. It's like, oh, something's going on here. Applied a little bit of brakes and said, no, it's not as bad as it potentially could be. But the traffic is really, really, really horrible. Well, this is where you spend most of your time, right? Sat in traffic in either direction. But I'd rather be in a NIO because I can let pilot overtake for me. I can listen to the sound system, enjoy the speakers. Oh, I can also put on my massaging seat. Very nice. Enjoy that. And it does, like I say, a very nice, like it's keeping a decent distance, but it's not sluggish, too sluggish with accelerating. Dampeners from a suspension standpoint, as I mentioned, they're like live valve, constantly adjusting. Then you have the airbags on as well. So great suspension. It does feel overall, it's on the heavier side, but it does a fantastic job at masking its weight. And this is not something that you want to be driving spirited anyway. I'm gonna sit back, enjoy massaging seats, let it do all of the hard work for you, while you have your other passengers in the back also enjoying the experience as well with those captain seats. When it comes to charging, obviously being a NIO, one of the best standpoints about it is that you can literally just swap the battery. So you can go to a battery swapping station, swap the battery, get back on the road, fully charged battery, and don't even have to worry about charging. If you do charge though, you can charge up to 240 kilowatts. That's ridiculously quick. I think the fastest chargers that I've seen in the UAE is actually 175 kilowatts max. I actually went to Masdar City and tested it out. 175 kilowatts was max charging. I got around 120 kilowatts of charging. It'll be on the screen. Obviously, the new rates for charging has been announced that it's 1 dirham 20 fills per kilowatt hour on those fast chargers. Coming to the price standpoint of things, the EL8, which is obviously the flagship model from NIO, it's a 6-seater SUV. I don't know how many other, if any, 6-seater SUV EVs you have available in the UAE. Pricing will start from 359,900. Call it 360,000 dirhams. And then you obviously have a few options as to, do you want the tow hitch package, which is got the tow hitch that comes out. If you want the color coded, they're like this gorgeous orange color for the Brembo calipers. You've got the NIO AI assistant, as well as depending on which color options you pick as well for the exterior. And then you have a couple of options as well for the material. But you'll see on the screen here, like these are all the options that you can basically configure. Now the cool thing is, since NIO is new to the region, they actually have a Founders Edition model, which is going to get lifetime or really long time, don't know the exact details yet, but basically free battery swapping. So when the battery swapping stations start up, the first one is going to be in Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. That's apparently going to happen Q1, so January, February, March. We're in Jan, couple of months. First battery swapping station should be available. It could be actually really beneficial to look at the Founders Edition, because swap the battery on the road, go. If you live in Abu Dhabi area, really cool. So let's look into infotainment, driver aids, NIO assistant, all of those kind of, you know, cool sort of features as such. So I can say, hey NIO,
Yes.
take me to Dubai Hills Mall.
Here are our destinations. Which one would you like to go to?
Actually, I changed my mind. Please don't navigate me anywhere.
Sure, let's cancel.
So like that level of, like, I really like that. It's like super cool. It's not like, you didn't say the key word that I needed to hear exactly in order for me to work. No, I can just use natural language and it works. It just works. Infotainment wise, really nice. Went over everything details wise, driver features, driver functionality. Sound system is fantastic, really good. You have a heads-up display, 16 inches, super clear. Like, I literally have sun in my eyes now. I'm wearing sunglasses. I can read clearly. I'm driving 61 kilometers an hour. It obviously gives you your driver direction cues from your navigation as well on the screen. You can turn that off because you obviously have the instrument cluster. This is giving you sort of what's going on the road. We have a motorbike here. We've got a car. We've got another car approaching. But this isn't customizable. So it just gives you information and that's it. So you might feel like my colleague's comment, given that he drives a Tesla, is like, oh, I'm just used to everything here. I don't really need this screen and that screen and that screen, or choose one or the other. I like the aspect that it gives you the option. Do you want to look at the heads-up display? Do you want to turn it off? Do you want to look at the instrument cluster? I like seeing how much battery I'm using while driving. So I'm currently going to be going downhill. I come off the throttle and I'm actually charging the battery with 23 kilowatts, 15 kilowatts. And then I'm on the throttle and I'm using 25, 40. But if I stab it, oh, I use 60 kilowatts. So it gives you a good idea of like modulating how much battery consumption you are using. I think wrapping things up as a conclusion, if you're looking for an EV, 6-seater, ultra premium, super luxurious, what more could you look for? And I think at the price that it's at, it's priced accordingly. Yes, there are other premium Chinese EVs out there that we've tested, and they are fantastic for the price point. But this, to me, just, it doesn't have any of those, or I haven't found at least any sort of quirks per se, and doing stuff that you don't want to or it shouldn't do. This is like, it's been thoroughly thought out at the end of the day, especially with the fact of the Founders Edition where you're getting those battery swaps. I'd like to know more details on that. I think that could be super beneficial. So I think that pretty much wraps things up overall with the NIO and the EL8. Overall, love the car. Definitely highly recommend checking out the brand. The amount of technology that is behind them, that, you know, they're utilizing is just insanely cool. And yeah, if you like the video, don't forget to like. Please comment if you have any thoughts on it. Like I say, this is a new format, which I think looks pretty good, if I don't say so myself, because I picked it. But yeah, I'm Sam, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.